Hey everybody, this is Bubba Dowling, and I'd like to just share with you a little bit some thoughts and things that I had today. And you know, some of you know me, some of you don't, and I do a lot of different things in my life that consume and take up my time, and I challenge you to check to see what takes the most of your time. And what you're feeding, because the more you feed the things that take up your time, the hungrier it gets. It's kind of like a train, and the more an old time like steam engine that you keep feeding it coal and feeding it coal and feeding it coal, the hotter the fire gets and the faster it'll go. It's similar to your metabolism as well, but I'm talking about life here. And you know, the things that consume your time, it takes you out of the other things that maybe need your time, and more specifically I'm talking about being a father and a husband, and you know, I do a lot of things. You know, I'm a power lifter. I'm a chaplain for a high school football team. I volunteer coach at that high school as well. I'm a public speaker. I do motivational speaking, but I don't live in a van down by the river. You know, and I speak at youth groups and churches, and I'm an itinerant pastor where I fill in the pulpit too. You know, I speak on fatherhood, on being a husband, and I do a lot of things. And it's one thing to talk about and discuss what those things really are. There's another thing to do it. And throughout my schedule and the things that I do during the day, I attempt to make most of the time that I have to feed into my kids and my wife's life. And you know, I know not everybody is in full-time ministry like I am, and you're not able to do the same way that I do it, but you need to have that time in your schedule, whatever it is. And you know, I am blessed to be in full-time ministry where I do my own scheduling, and I can do this, and you know, that's how I bring in the money that my family needs per month. And you know, some of you guys work 9 to 5 or work second shift or work third shift, and I mean, it's difficult, but I tell you that one of the most important investments that you could ever make is into your family, into your wives and into your kids. And you know, that's just based upon my experience. You know, I don't do everything perfect. I learn the best by failing, and guys, I have failed a lot, but I learn a lot what not to do after those failings. And I just want to encourage you that your kids need you, and your wife needs you, and don't be afraid to say I don't know how to do something. There's somebody that does. And one of the biggest impacts that I've had on my life was a group of guys that I spent a lot of time with and hung out with, and they mentored me. They spoke life into me. And if you're feeling alone, you need to find yourself another group of men or some buddies that will speak life into you and to encourage you and to hold you accountable, because in all reality, you can't do this alone. And even the Lone Ranger had Tonto, you know what I'm saying? So he's even called a Lone Ranger, but he had a partner. And guys, you know, whether you're one kid, you know, you don't have any kids yet, you're just married or whatever, you need some guys there to encourage you and to be with you, because as it says in the scriptures, iron sharpens iron, like one man sharpens another. And so we need each other, guys. And I'm here just to encourage you today, you know, to make room, to schedule time for your kids and your wife. You know, I'm blessed, like I said, I'm blessed to be able to do my own schedule. Today I was even able to watch part of a movie with my daughters. We sat down and watched Spirit, and then as I had my arm around Miriam, I was just thinking, it's like, how many kids don't and don't have that feeling that Miriam had today, where she had her daddy's arm wrapped around her, and she was able to snuggle in and get close and feel that, you know. And this is not something that I saw growing up, or that I learned growing up. but it was something that I learned as an adult, as a man, after I became married and stuff, that I'm still learning today on how to be a man, on how to be a husband, and how to be a father, because it wasn't role modeled for me growing up. And not that they didn't try, but I think my dad knew to do what he did, and that's all I knew how to do, and I can't blame him for that, And but my learning on how to be a man, and my learning on how to be a husband and how to be a father, was based out of that relationship with those guys that spoke into my life, those other men. Like I said before, it's iron sharpens iron. It was those men who came with me and partnered with me and held me accountable that helped form the man that I am today. Or you can even say forged, like a sword is forged. But it's through that consistent relationship and the striving that I have to be more and more like Jesus Christ, the better father that I am. So guys, I want to challenge you today to, one, make some time to get with some guys to hold you accountable, to speak life into you and to share life with, and to spend more time with Jesus. So in the sense that you can spend more time with your wife and spend more time with your family, and be the father that your kids need. Because without that filling with those things, it's hard to give out, because maybe at work that's all you're doing is giving out. So guys, I encourage you today to find some guys to spend time with, to be the other iron, to sharpen you, and so that you can be the father and the husband and the man that God's created you to be.